everyone, and welcome to the final of the Omegas. This one is Alphascape. This has two of the fights I absolutely despise in this raid series. I've only ever done them once. I will never do them voluntarily again. It's the first fight and the third fight. I hate both of them. Alexander was getting angry, so I had to make sure, he had his time in the spotlight. Yes, you can get a toy Alexander from the Alexander raid series, so there he is. He's smashy. But yeah, this one, is the ending, the last four. It has one of my other favorite fights, which is the second fight, and it's pretty unique, honestly. So I hope you enjoy as much as I've enjoyed the Omega series. After this, I think I'm going to do a couple of videos on some of the dungeons, and then we'll probably jump into Crystal Tower, because I do have the entire Crystal Tower Alliance series recorded. So I'll see you all on the next one. Enjoy. Alright, everybody, let's get into this. Welcome to Alphascape, the final wing of Omega. And this is my most hated boss. I have fought him once. I will never fight him voluntarily ever again. But I'm gonna get the meme out of the way. I'm here to kill chaos. Now, I don't know if this boss is themed after anything specifically. So here's the problem with Chaos. He is a execution-based fight. And we're gonna wipe. So you're gonna see, we wiped twice and then killed him. You're only gonna see the first wipe and then the kill. This fight is incredibly long. But here's the thing with what he does. He's gonna have two patterns that he follows. And those two patterns are entirely dictated by the attack he opens with. And that will dictate the order in which he does his pattern. Now, his attacks are always the same. So regardless, what he's doing is he cycles through the elements. He does earth, air, fire, water. Each phase has a different set of attacks to it. So, let's see, which one is he going to do? I forget, because this one, okay. So when he does that, he does pattern 1. And pattern 1 starts with, I think it's water? I think it's water. We'll see it in a second when he decides he's going to do. Yep, it's water. So if he does that damning edict, he's going to start with this. And he always does that. Also, the guide we watch lied. There's a thing he does that's supposed to target healers. But for some reason, it targeted my wife. Like, he always does these attacks in this order. He does the donuts in the donut order. Then he does the donuts again. Then he does this knockdown. But this is supposed to target healers. And for whatever reason, it targeted my wife, who's a summoner. And she got blasted. And obviously you can't get into the water bits. And then where you dropped that hit does this. And you're supposed to spread them out. But because it targeted... And then we recover from this. We're almost all dead. Like, the tanks have to intercept this. And oh yeah, my wife mentions that she threw herself off the cliff. And I just accepted death. So he does water first. Then I think he does earth. I think it's earth. We'll see in a minute. Yep, it's earth. So he does water first. Then he does earth. And that's only if he starts with that damning edict. If he starts with the other attack, he does an entirely separate pattern. But earth follows this pattern. So he covers half the arena in death. He does a knockback. He does this thing where he starts quadrantling attacks where you have to move. And mind you, like I said, this is execution heavy. You have to know what's coming in what order. Like, if you do this with a set group, you're probably not going to have a problem, because you'll be like, oh, he's starting this phase, everyone remember their places. And everyone knows where they're supposed to go and supposed to move. Like double stack-ups. You gotta spread out your stacking. Like, I'm getting stacked up now. Ouch! then all of this. Now, mind you, this is still the Earth phase. We haven't even moved to the next phase, which I think is where we wipe. Oh yeah, multiple line AoEs where the fucking things bounce around. I think it's fire next, if I remember correctly. I think it goes water, earth, fire, and then air. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, it's... Oh yeah, he sends us to the bowels of agony. That just drops you to 1 HP. Healers have to recover from it. That's it. That's all it does. And then you have to kill the dark crystal. Don't. That's right, he does 2 phases, this, and then the other 2 phases. And look at all this shit. Look at all of this. Look at the utter chaos of this fucking fight. Chaos. I need a joke. As I watch this back in frustration. By the way, if you don't kill the crystal, you will die if his dark ether meter reaches 100. Notice it got to 96. If that gets to 100, you wipe. That ether meter under my mana bar. So now it's fire, I believe. See, it's very easy to tell if it's fire. So the chaotic disruption, I believe, is just a tank buster. I actually could... Oh, yeah, then he does this. So, you basically have to dance. Like that. Mind you, just for record, when the telegraph disappears, it is now safe, even if the animation has not finished. That's why I was able to jump in, and even with the animation. Yeah, this is fire phase. So he does this bullshit, and then he puts markers on people, so they gotta spread out, but you have a limited space to work in, because of course you do. Like me and this guy are like, oh no, 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 no! And we're trying to make sure nobody's in our explosions. Then we got the stack-ups again, but you can't double stack up because you'll kill each other. Like, look at this! And then when the fire phase is over, he goes to wind. Wind is where we wipe. Oh, I got hit by that, so I'm like, whee! Oh, of course we're gonna have, you know, laser balls. They jump, by the way. That's why it's like that. See? So we actually get him real close, too. That's the worst part. I was gonna do wind. Here's where the problem started. We did not know where the tanks were going to put him. And that is important, because of what he does. None of us realized where the tanks were going to put him. If you step into that, you get hurt. Because he does a knockback. Watch how many people die in this. Why was it important? The damning edict. So he does a knockback, then he does another knockback. All that's left is a tank, a healer, and a deeps. And that was why we wiped. We did not realize the tanks were going to put him in that corner. And then he does another push. And then he does a spread out. And then the spread out drops explosions. Because of course it does. I mean, these two refuse to go. They refuse to give up, so. And then the tanks are going to get swatted. Bonk. This, by the way, is why this video is so long. This fight. They keep going, though. They keep trying. The Sam and the Dark Knight. And we're all just, you know, we're all snoozing. We're floor tanking. The floor will not win this fight. Alright. This was our kill. And he does the second pattern. So you get to see both versions of this fight. Now remember, he starts with Damning Edict, he does water, and then does that exact order that you just saw me wipe to. But this time, he doesn't start with Damning Edict. He starts with the other one. Which I forget what it's called. I don't forget what it looks like. I think it's just like a point blank. Oh, he starts with this. The dance. If he starts with that, he starts with fire. He starts right from fire, and he goes fire, air, water, earth. So again, it's the same fight, it's the same mechanics. The phases, what they do don't change. It's just that you have to know it's coming, and you have to know where to put yourself. Like, see how we spread out perfectly there, and then we stayed separated. I mean, we've been at this, as you can see from the 77 minutes remaining, we've been at this for like 20 minutes at this point. The same group, by the way. Thank God nobody left. We did 3 attempts and we finally got through it. But like, look at this! Look at this! And this is the first boss. And I swear he is the worst. Honest to God. Every boss after Chaos for Alphascape is way simpler. We don't wipe to any of them. We get through all of them in one shot. Just him. Just him. See, now we know where the tank's gonna go. We all know where the tank's gonna go this time. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna go over here. We know where he's going. Because when he does the knockback, we get near the middle. So we get shoved. And then he turns and does Damning Edict. But this time, we all know it's coming. None of us are getting hit by that bullshit. By the way, the wipe that I cut out, we wiped in the fire phase. We didn't even get here. Like, that one was because everyone got thrown off by him doing the secondary pattern, that we all just went, what's happening? And then we all died. Although someone still died. Oh, see, I'm getting this, so I need to put this as far away as I can. Because that is going to do that bullshit. See, this time we got him away. And see, we're getting our asses kicked. Both our healers are dead. But, and this is something you all should always be aware of, summoners can res. They have res. And because the summoner can res, they can res the dead healers. My wife hard-casted res twice to get the healers up. And then she's going to hard-cast it again to get the 1 TPS up. Because she hard-casted it, by the way, because she had used her instant cast. All magical DPS get a thing called Swift Cast that lets them instant cast a spell. She tends to save hers for res. And if I was on my red mage, I would have just instant resed people. Because that is one of the few things a red mage can do. Is they have the ability to instant res people. Very, very easily. See, now she has to wait for Lucid Dreaming to build up her mana back. This is one of the reasons why and see, he got to 91 again on his Aether meter. Whew. But now he's gonna do, I want to say water? And then earth. But this time we get it. Ooh. This fight literally took us like 30 fucking minutes. It was like 25, 30 minutes. It was a brutal fight. See, now he does Damning Edict. And that signals it's water time. Somebody in the chat says, I think doing so well the first time around gave us all a false sense of security. Which is entirely possible, because we did recover and do pretty well on that first attempt. Now we all have our donuts, so it's either stack your donut, like that. See, and then we have donuts again, so it's just stay in your donut spot. Jimbles is not a bright person, unfortunately. This time, we have the healers, and they need to spread out. See, they're getting to the edges. And I think we get a little space. Do we this time? I don't remember. We have a little tiny safe spot. See this? Look at this! You know, Asmongold's been playing Final Fantasy XIV. And one thing Asmongold is going to do is he wants to do all of these fights on the hardest possible setting. So, this is normal. I'm doing this in normal. There is a mode called Savage, which is a step higher. Then, you can do that without the Echo active, which we don't have in here. I don't believe the Echo is active in here. And, you can do it with your gear put to the minimum item level required to run it. So you can set it up to be as hard as humanly possible, and he's gonna do this blind. Like, I want to be clear on that. Because Asmongold has been doing, as I'm recording this, he's been doing the Binding Coils of Bahamut, which is the first raid. He's doing that right now on normal, but he's doing it with minimum item level no echo, and he's getting his ass beat in a lot of these fights. So he's going to try to do Alphascape. He's also going to do Alexander. Minimum item level, no echo, with a group of randoms, without looking up the fights. He's going to try to learn this. Without... Like, imagine how long that's going to take him. Just imagine. Like, I watched a video on this. I knew what was coming. And it's still utter chaos. Chaos. His name is App, isn't he? Oh yeah, then we get this bullshit. I hope y'all have been enjoying these. I have a lot more recorded. I have a bunch of dungeons recorded that I'll do little, tours, slash this kind of thing. Oh, Limit Break 3. I don't know who did it. I think it was my wife. Yeah, Mega Flare. Look at this. That is a Summoner Level 3 Limit Break. Boom! It's not as cool as the Red Mage one. The Red Mage one, you summon a pretty flower. That is not a joke. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how long that took. That was, with the piece cut out, that was like 16 minutes long. Slight spoiler here. We're about to fight Midgar Somer. Or as I like to refer to him as my wife, Midge. This is Midge. This is a fight where you have to pay attention to boss movement. Now, when he starts, he always does the same things in the same order. So I'll point out when he starts doing his movement shit that you need to watch. But you need to have him in your vision, and you need to pay attention to him. Here's his movement. When he does spinny, followed by spinny, you need to be away from him, because he point blanks. You have no time to react violently. You have to already know it's coming. Now, when this fight starts, he always does spinny, spinny. Then he does spinny, spinny. So he's going to spin. See, I get confused for a minute and I forget, and I'm like, oh, no, he's spinning again. Run away. I forgot that he did double spins. And then he just hits people. Also, I love this music. It's so somber. Ankh-Morn. You stack up and you stay there. Because it is not one hit. It is multiple hits. And I died to it because I was not healed effectively. So my wife used her instant res to get me back up. Now, he spins and then he flips. You need to be underneath him. So remember, spin, spin, get away. Spin, flip, get underneath. And then there's one more movement pattern. See, he's spinning. Now, what's he going to do? I don't know yet. Is he going to double spin or is he going to flip? He flips, so I get underneath him. But he also puts lightning on me. And then there's a third movement pattern. And the third one's actually real simple. If he starts with a flip, it's always going to be the third movement. He's either going to go spin, 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 flip, or flip, flip. This is flip, flip. So if he flips, just get to a corner. Because he's going to do another flip, and he's going to hit the room of the cross. These need to be dropped in the corner. Because that ice patch gets bigger. See, he start with a flip, and I stupidly get near the ice patch because I forget that they grow. See, now it's getting bigger. Me and Polly Peach up here are both going to get frozen. Because we forgot that it gets bigger. This is bad because of this. You have to avoid his explosive fireballs. And he jumps across the battlefield. And see, I get in the ice again because I'm an idiot. This phase, break all the keys. They have to go down. If you notice, under my mana bar, there's an Aether meter. If that reaches 100, it is a wipe. A lot of fights in this game have these meters. They're essentially enrage timers. You have to beat the meter. God, I love the music. This, I believe, is Midge's theme. Because there's a dungeon where you first meet him. Called the Keeper of the Lake. Alright, now watch Angry Friendly Dragon Head. If that got 100, we'd all be dead. And now the fight continues. And then again, it's just watch out what he's doing. He also specifically says, draws in the ambient ether. Oh yeah, now he's gonna do Tank Buster called Tail's End, where he swats the tank with his tail, with his foot. Oh, this. So, see how there's these little arrows? They're going to go in the order that they spawn in across the battlefield in the direction they're facing. These things will fuck you right up. I am not ashamed to say that in one of the runs of this one, I died to that because I forgot that was a thing. Like, I completely forgot that that was a thing. Oh yeah, he makes the floor icy. And then he's spinning, but is he spin flipping or spin spinning? I don't remember. He spins, and he spins. Just get away from him. Oh yeah, you don't want to stand in that. He does that shit. Oh, he's double flipping, so it's getting the corners. In this, there is a lot going on in this fight. I am not going to pretend that there is. I also hit my technical step at the worst possible moment. See, now he's going to run across the battlefield while also using these exaflares. See, he's now in that corner, so I'm safe where I am. I ain't gonna... He's gonna rush. Remember, this is only the second fight in Alphascape. There's a reason this video was long. Part of it was that, but part of it is these fights are long. He's, spinning. And spinning again, so just get away from him. No one likes a spinny dragon. But we have a stack up, and I believe it's Ankh Morn again. So it's get in there and stay in there. Any dragon who casts Ankh Morn, by the way, works that way, and several of them do. So several of the bosses, there's some dragon bosses in later, like dungeons and things, they cast Ankh Morn, and it all works that way. Stack up and stay there. He's about to ice the platform. And now he's going to electrify people. And I'm just going to stand here because I am not near any electricity whatsoever. Instead, I'm going to get iced. So I'm going to get it over here near where my wife kind of put hers. And now we have to deal with the exoflares. But he's almost down. We actually got to a level 3 limit break and nobody used it. Alright. Now into boss 3. I hate boss 3. For one mechanic. One single mechanic. Now we kill him. We beat Omega here. But that doesn't mean I like it. Because of one simple mechanic. And it sounds simple. Paper. Although I do admit I like the music. Alright. So here's the thing with this guy. He does, you know, frontal laser. And, you know, shit like this. We also have a little doohickey to break fists. He's gonna summon fists at different points, and we have to use our button down there underneath near my mana bar and everything to blast his bullshit. Okay, here's the mechanic. He does starboard and larboard. And here's why this is annoying. He flips. So he'll basically hit one side of it, and then he'll spin and hit one of his other sides. But because he has spun around, his sides have now changed, and you have to pay attention to which side is which. I hate it. I hate it. My brain does not react that fast. Both my wife and I, as you can see, most people are dead right now. Every DPS but me is dead because of those fucking lasers. My wife and I refused to run this more than once. Much like Chaos, we refused to run this. This is the kill the fist button. So you spam your jammer to break fists. That way you don't get shoved off the fucking platform by angry fistos. It's just such an annoyance because you just have to figure it out. Like he's doing I don't even remember what this is. Oh yeah, more fists. More rocket fists. So you basically just pick one and blast it. As long as several of them are dead, it doesn't fucking matter. And then he does this, which is fine. Flamethrower is fine. It's cones. It's really just remembering which way he's facing. Like right now, we're attacking his booty. Because our tank is a good tank and has him faced away. Always have your bosses faced away from the party. Ah, yes, the program loop thing. This whole thing. So, you can't touch the middle, and you can't touch the edge. You will die if you do. Your goal is to follow the program, the level checker. We also have to kill it. Now it does a bunch of things in order. It always does the same things in order. So first, people need to get in the holes. People are not in the holes, they will take damage. Somebody did not get in their hole, we took additional damage because somebody did not get in their fucking hole. We also got a damage down debuff because of that, so that was fun. But everyone needs to get in their hole. Then he does a point-blank AoE. With holes. Only one person needs to be in a hole, by the way. Doesn't matter if multiple are in, just at least one. Then, when he starts casting, he's going to do it now, Force Quit. If we don't kill him, we die. Again, DPS checks, enrages, you have to kill him. And you kill him, and that's it. Now we just have to put up with Omega again. Because Omega's now going to do his big honker. And I believe our tank has to hit limit break 3 for us to survive it. Oh no. We have to inject enough juice into this doohickey to live through the attack. Basically, we have to get that up to 100. So everyone targets it, inject your doohickey, and then we're gonna get shot. You can't really see it, but there's a big laser beam over there. Big is very angry. He decided he wanted some spice. And now we fight him again. Just rewatching this makes me angry. Oh, it's hand time. But where is the hand? I don't remember. Because the hands... Oh, there's the hand. Yeah, so sometimes he makes the hand like this and it does that. You don't always get the wall of hands. Sometimes you get one big hand that tries to give you a good fisting. Like this. And then we have to spread out on top of it. And then he's doing... Look at this. Look at this chaos. Double fists. Plus explosions. Plus fire. Because of course. I don't remember what electrics... Oh yeah, then we have, stack up marker. This is me trying to heal. I have a heal as a dancer called Curing Waltz. It's the number 6 on my top row bar, which for me is shift 6. Me and my dance partner both kind of burst a small heal. It's not very big. See, now look, he's doing starboard, which was right, and I'm completely blanked out on this. I'm gonna die because he's doing larboard, which is left, which left his left. Oh, and there I went. Because I couldn't remember which side was which. Oh, now he's gonna get some rocket propel powers. Like I said, we kill him. Because now we have to deal with big hand and a bunch of small hands. So we need to kill enough small hands and get out of big hand's way. See, I'm gonna buff everybody with my big goof. Alright, actually, I goofed it. I beansed it. I hit it twice without thinking. I beansed my buff. So he's flamethrowing, big hands, doing his big frontal beam attack. As long as you're not in front of him, you're fine. I think. No, that's his AoE, I'm thinking. Just warned he had a big beam. Like I said, just rewatching this makes me angry. Oh, and he's doing larboard, which of course I'm standing in, because why wouldn't I be? Now he's switched. And now he's doing starboard, and I just like, I don't know what's happening anymore, and I die. Y'all get to witness me die a whole lot in this one. My wife only got screwed with once, and then she figured it out. Oh, who knew this? By the way, we did not realize until recently, when you get rezzed in this game, like battle res like we did, you actually get a couple seconds of immunity as long as you don't attack. And see, he's doing starboard, which I'm safe on. And then he spins, and then he's doing starboard again, so I'm like, and I get spiced. Because everyone loves spiced Lalafell. It is a delicious delicacy that I'd like to get. Oh my god. Was that 3 deaths for me now? 3 for this fight? As I said, I'm totally a pro gamer. Like, here's the thing. I understand the mechanics of this fight. I'm clearly understanding of the mechanics. I've explained them to you. But my reaction time and my ability to deal with the pressure is not great. So I just, you know... As I say in the chat, I'm like, don't worry everyone, I'm making sure the floor stays pink. It's a running gag of being a floor tank. I was stealing the Dragoon's job. In fact, that's what he actually says. That's my job. I stole the Dragoon's job of floor tanking. But we kill him. As you can see, we didn't wipe. We killed him. And now, finally, the final boss. Omega again? And I'd like to bring your attention to the fact that this is the first gender-fluid boss fight that I have ever seen, personally. That statement will make sense when we get there. This fight is crazy. So right now, his attacks are pretty straightforward. We don't actually want to be near him too much because he will do, but he does stack ups, but he does this, which is the problem bit. Now, if you notice, he's reconfiguring his gender. Say hello to the fact that this boss switches genders. This is important. You also want to be near him, or her now. You want to be near her. Because when she flips, she knockbacks. And yes, you can fall off the platform, as our healer did. Now, in female form, she does spellcasts. And in male form, he does melee casts. Now, I'm still differentiating them because at some point, they're gonna split. We're gonna be fighting both of them. Because Omega is whatever Omega wants to be. Thankfully, this one is not too bad. Like this fight. Honestly, we farmed this. Not just because... And this is just for reference. The final boss of all 3 Omega Wings. So, X-Death for Deltascape, Kefka for Sigmascape, and this one for Alphascape, drop a pet. I have all 3. My wife and I farmed X-Death and farmed this to get the pets. She didn't care about Kefka, and the one single time we killed Kefka, I won the role of the pet, so I didn't really care about Kefka, to be honest, either, so... But yeah. This fight doesn't go on for too long, surprisingly. A couple more minutes, I believe. See, now they switched again. When they switch, he does a point-blank AoE. We have a donut. And a stack-up, but the stack-up did not happen very well, so yeah. Now you gotta get out. So you're trying to beat Omega here. See, stack up again. But this time, you want to be separated. Because now, they're both here. You want to get near her and not near him. Because she's going to knock back. He's going to do his point blank. Somebody, and 2 people flew right off to the side. Now, you have to break his shield and then beat the crap out of her before she finishes her cast. If you don't, you die. Because now it's they. See, she's going to start casting Laser Shower. Look at her cast. We need to beat her ass. If we don't, she will kill everybody. But I just buffed everyone's damage, and now she starts getting her ass handed to her. Now, see, the pink needs to go as far on one side, stack up needs to go far to the other, because this happens, and then they become like this. So you stay near her and not face an edge, so when she does the knockback, you're fine. Because they do the attack at the same time, so it doesn't matter if you get knocked near him. This is where the chaos happens. You can only attack, depending on your debuff, one target. And the tanks have to keep the two of them separate. For now, the separation is not a big deal. But I have the red one, which means I can only attack the male. I can't attack female, which is red. I can only attack male. If my debuff was blue, I could only attack the female. But yeah, now he's gonna do a big boom. These two are gonna teleport to the eyeball, and they're gonna do a big boom. Tremble before their cosmic memory. This is the point where they have to be separated. Because resonance makes them get really, really nasty. So they need to be pulled apart. If they are not, you're going to have a bad time. We've had a couple runs where we couldn't get the tanks to separate. Because, you know, a lot of fights, it's stack everything up so you can AoE. Oh yeah, now we're just getting a bunch of, you know, mechanics on top of mechanics on top of mechanics. But really, it just boils down to dodge. It really just boils down to dodge, dodge, and dodge. Because some stuff like Laser Shower, you can't dodge. Oh, me and the one dude tried to stack up. We were the only ones who stacked up, so we died. That was a good time. Whole lot of people died right here. I think one of the healers is going to get blasted. Yep. See, I wait to get up. So I'm trying to figure out where the male one is so I can go back to swatting him with my shotguns. But look at this. Look how chaotic this is. And I farmed this. I think we killed these two probably 13, 14 times. Nah. Probably closer to 6 or 7. Thinking of it. We farmed Alphascape in general, like probably about 13 times. So we killed female, and that's pretty much it. So hope you all enjoyed this, and see ya.